Hello, can you hear me?
Welcome everyone to the Two Monkeys One Braincell podcast. My name is GC.
Wait, you're GC? Hold on. Wait, I didn't prep for
Yeah,
this. What
yeah,
happened? Wait,
yeah.
but I'm
Take
GC.
that, liberals. I am GC.
Huh?
I am GC now.
Then what am I?
A disgrace.
Damn, you've been talking to my parents, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the Two Monkeys One Braincell podcast. Sorry for spreading misinformation. My name is Crimson.
And I am actually GC. But
Yeah.
on the topic of misinformation, I mean, it's everywhere these days, dude. It's insane how much you see it these days.
Like you cannot avoid it. As
You
much as you
can't.
want to try, like every time I see anything that's like with the slightest bit, I'm like, I don't want to see this. No.
Bro, these health influencers are barefooted in a grocery store trying to tell you
Without a
what's
shirt.
poison.
This is all poison.
It makes me laugh each time because I'm like, this is so excessive. You're being so
Right.
performative, dude.
Or
We
it's
all
like,
can
look at all
tell.
these toxins that they shove in the shelves, and it's like this is FDA regulated food, girl.
Bro. Look at all these toxins that they're putting in Costco chicken.
Dude, they're selling it to you in a toxic bag when literally on the bag it says it's a food safe bag.
Which, I mean, let's be real. It's Costco. They're pretty fucking good when it comes to food regulation.
It's also a $5 chicken.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Bro, the macros. Oh my god!
I think it could do with less salt.
I don't taste
Right?
any salt.
It could get salty. Like some of the meat can get really salty,
That's
but
because you're a salty
outside
bitch.
of that, it's great. But it's wild with the food influencers because they'll say things like, "Oh, Diet Coke has aspartame, and aspartame can kill you." Like, and all the studies in regards to aspartame, like killing things, is like they shove 5,000 percent over like the legal amount that a human should have into a rat, and then like beat it with a sock. That's basically all the studies about like aspartame killing you.
We don't know if they beat it with a sock. That's just so exaggerated.
Well, like,
What you
I saw this
mean?
one video, but it's basically they're like blowing it out of proportion. Like this amount can kill. Like, yeah, it
Incredibly.
can kill anybody at that point.
Yeah.
Me having one Diet Coke isn't gonna kill me.
What?
But
Okay.
that's like the one that a lot of people will like still hang on to. It's like all the stuff that, like all the chemicals that are in Diet Coke's like, girl, I'd have to drink like 20 in a sitting for me to feel
it's
anything.
not the item that's a poison, it's the amount. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
keep
like
seeing
the dose makes the poison. I think that's
exactly that is the phrase. Actually, thank you. It's the like the main argument I see, and someone broke it down for me on social media. Actually, it's like it's like equivalent of sugar to an equivalent aspartame. Aspartame will kill you, but the amount of aspartame we use in order to sweeten our meals is infinitesimally smaller. Where it's like instead of I want to use big word, so I inserted a big word here.
Okay.
Exponentially, you want me to use?
I think you could have just said it is much smaller.
Huh?
What?
You did not get picked up there.
I think you could have said it's much smaller, and then I think you could have gotten the point across.
Oh my god!
Saying it's exponentially.
Oh my god!
No, but like that's the truth of the matter.
Yeah.
And like the whole like organic versus non-organic situation.
Oh my god!
Freaking no! Like it's like, oh my gosh, these are like GMOs. Like, yes, we have genetically modified fruit throughout the years. The way we eat bananas is the bananas we have now are GMO bananas, even the organic ones, because the previous banana breed we had almost went extinct.
Yeah, why? Because
why your banana candies taste different than like actual bananas. It's because it's based off of that old
banana taste. I think that's a crazy fact because I'm like imagining myself eating a banana and it tastes like that quote unquote
like
artificial
a banana Laffy Taffy.
Yeah. Or like eating a plantain, like it just fucking grilled up and it tastes like that. I'm like, no, that's too sweet.
Well, I don't think plantains were like that. I don't think like they were like, it was mainly bananas.
Right. Bananas. But like, there's so much misinformation. We're using the health industry as a vehicle to discuss misinformation at this current point, only because it's so much. It's so obvious to see with all these crazy influencers. Again, barefooted in a grocery store is the first thing I think of.
And then
right?
they have the links to like their products, which is
Which
like,
has the same fucking shit they're talking about.
well, like it's worse because it's like not FDA approved and like
Not third party tested.
yeah, and then it will be like 10 times the price.
And it will also be an what is it? A patented blend. So they
Right.
don't disclose the dosages of the ingredients that they add.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, like, you know how many people shovel raw milk?
oh my god, I don't want to think about that. Ugh. It's just weird. Like, okay, would I try raw milk? I'm not gonna lie. Part of me is curious. The other part of me thinks I don't really like milk. I don't see the need to consume milk on a daily basis, nor even occasionally. In dishes, absolutely. Milk and creaminess is very important in a lot of baked goods. But after that, like I don't see the reason to drink raw milk. Oh my god, it's nature's milkshake. Bro.
Right. That's like the best vehicle so you can get bird flu.
This bird wait, this is something for me to learn. You get bird flu
You
from
can
cows?
get like a lot of sicknesses from raw milk. That's why we pasteurize milk.
Also, there's so many health influencers that are out here saying, "Oh my god, the milk from the Amish are all raw and not pasteurized." That's not true.
Boil it.
They
That's what
pasteurize it.
pasteurization is.
Yes, they boil it to a specific temperature, drop its temperature to a specific degree, so it's like a hot flash and then a cold flash, and that's pasteurization. That kills the bacteria and viruses that'll be harmful to you. I don't like. It's so fucking weird how much.
It's the whole like I do the research thing, right? It's like, okay, who am I gonna trust? Someone who walks around barefoot, nipples out in a fucking Vons, or like an actual scientist?
Which is like something we can take note of like, oh, how can we tell if something's fake information or not, or misinformation or not? Look at the performative nature of it all. Look if they're doing something crazy or out of the norm. That could like, why are you doing that? Why are you advertising this behavior using this methodology?
Right.
But
well, like I think it's less like I get less pissed about that. I get more pissed about the vibrato people will have in regards to like proving their point is right. There was a Jubilee video, by the way.
Oh,
I don't like those Jubilee videos. I think they just perpetuate
thank you. Same.
like, and they like uplift fascists. But they had a video. It was like one doctor, Dr. Mike, versus like 20 like anti-vaxxers.
Wait.
And this one girl had the audacity, like, I've actually done the research. I know you have. It's like, ma'am,
Sorry?
that's a doctor.
That's a doctor. Also, like, if you're anti-vax, I like what vaccines do not cause autism. No,
they cause autism.
Vaccines and Tylenol do not cause autism. They just
And also,
don't.
like, unrelated tangent. Like, is autism truly that bad in comparison to death?
I'm gonna stay quiet.
You know what I mean? Like, is that the fear? Like, autism is more like you're more afraid of autism than polio.
I'm thinking of a messed up joke because I understand that you are on the spectrum and it's kind of it's really messed up. I'm so sorry.
No. Here's the thing. Like, it's I take Tylenol PM. That means my autism is only active at night.
What time is it? Bitch, it is night.
Yeah. So right now we're in. That's why we record at the nighttime. It's not because of work. It's because that's when you get the.
That's so stupid.
That's when the autism has curdled. Right? And it coagulates, and like I am chipping off pieces and feeding it to the audience.
I love how we're coming back to the milk argument.
Yeah, raw milk.
Raw milk.
Raw milk. This is raw autism.
Raw autism. The rotism, if you will. Two monkeys, one braincell, come together.
But yeah, I mean, like, when it comes to medical misinformation, I can understand reasons why some people have this level of misinformation, so they rely on other sources, right?
Yeah, like medical documents and papers
like
are just
within Black communities. You think of like the Tuskegee experiments.
What the fuck did you just say?
the Tuskegee experiments. I would recommend, like, if you have the chance to read about it, read about it. It's really messed up what our government has done to the black population. Um, but that can stem into misinformation. Why, there might be this reservation towards listening to bigger people because those bigger people have made them sick. Uh, I think the real speaking of like sickness and like misinformation, I think the prime where we really saw like it like blossom was like COVID.
Oh my god. I like time after every time I during COVID, which was I what when are we going to say
5 years
COVID
ago.
started? It was like 2020 is when it really started, right?
Yeah, March 2020 is when the stay-at-home order was really pushed.
I remember watching. I remember being afraid to watch any press release with the rumpus on it because I knew for a fact he'd say something crazy. And guess
Right.
what? He fucking did. He would go and push these narratives that America is the best at preventing COVID when really we're having some of the highest mortality rates because he's
Mhm.
telling people we don't need masks. But every single
Right.
professional in the medical field is saying no, mask up. Then you have idiots like fucking Joe Rogan saying if you're young you don't need to wear a mask. I
Oh,
don't
just take
think.
horse tranquilizer and that'll cue you
Hey,
right up.
hey, it's not horse tranquilizer, it's alpha brain, remember that. It's a
Uh,
neuro chew,
what
remember
was the
that.
other one? Shugna Doctor Disrespect was like trying to push it. It's like Shungite or something like that.
Oh, I never liked him, he always
Or
gave me
like
the
it was like
creeps.
5G radio waves were the reason. Like there
What?
were so many mixed
Oh,
reasons of what causes COVID and stuff. And like a lot of
bro,
people would be like, "Oh, like the doctor said like earlier during COVID that you don't need masks." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what research and information that's what you do."
yeah, as we learn more about this we will adapt tactics.
Right.
And it's so crazy how quickly misinformation during COVID and the spark, fear, and the panic of it all, everything just became so loud, especially the misinformation, since it was our own government giving it this
Right,
information.
exactly.
Like it's baffling. I remember, I forget who Trump did their interview with, but he did an interview and pulled out a little statistic report from one of the advisors, and he demonstrated our numbers, but they were factually wrong and they were fact checked to be wrong. We were one of
Right.
the highest mortality rates of any country during COVID. If you don't believe me, please research this. We are
Mhm.
just too I almost call this monkeys, but I won't say that. We're just two goofballs on a podcast telling you about this. No, please fact check us. Call
Right.
us out. Tell us we're wrong. I don't think we are. I very much think we are right with the statement.
I think the only country that I could think of that might have had higher mortality rates would be North Korea, but it's also North Korea and they don't report anything when it comes to this. Like, oh, we're thriving, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
which I think like leads to the next point of like it's hard. It's so easy to fall into misinformation if you already don't trust the system that's supposed to provide factual evidence.
right. And I think it's more than just that. I want to keep circulating on the COVID one because I think a lot of people also found into conspiracy because like it's an escape. It's an
Oh,
answer to something we don't know.
that's a really good point. I like when people were saying, I remember one thing, someone was like trying to convince me not to get the COVID vaccine because it changes my DNA. And I remember that information running absolutely rampant. Like, no, or like the third shot, because COVID shots were in multiple stages. Some of them
Yeah,
had single
you had
one
your first dose and your second dose.
and your second dose usually be a week later. If you need a booster, then that would be like a couple months afterwards. People kept trying to tell me, man, that it's like the booster and the second shot inject like a microchip in me so the government can know where I'm going at all times of
Right.
the day. I
Yeah. I
they
mean the
already
government,
do.
yeah, it's like,
They already do. They know I'm
"Hello
saying this shit.
FBI, I'm going to make sure I refill my water. Can you stay on the phone with me? I'm a little scared."
How'd you get this number, sir? Wait, how can you hear us? It's creepy.
What's
Don't
it
worry
called?
about this.
Don't worry about it. Another thing that like what during the COVID era, the big thing was like the Save the Children movement. I think it's either Save the Children or Save Our Children. It was a big QAnon conspiracy, right? It's like
What?
if do you remember Pizzagate?
Oh my god, no, I don't. It rings such a loud bell in my head, but I actually
So
do not
Pizzagate
remember.
was this super far right conspiracy that the government and like celebrities are elites that are running like this huge child trafficking ring, right? And they're operating out of a pizza restaurant, right? But
It's coming up, yeah.
there were other conspiracy theories that have like circulated around the time of like COVID that correlates that. So like a big one was like the Wayfair scandal, right? Where they were talking about like, oh, Wayfair is like using this like above water way to traffic children. Like, oh, these products have like very interesting names and this, that, and the other
Oh,
thing.
that's the Cracker Barrel too.
Yeah. And then another big one that really gained traction during that time was like the celebrity death ones. So the most common one was Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park, when he committed suicide. Um what's it called? QAnon was pushing this theory of like, oh, he didn't commit suicide. He was like actively killed because he had this little book that contained all the names of the celebrity elites that were like trafficking
Bro,
people,
you mean he didn't
right?
release the Epstein files too? Come on, man. You would think he
Uh,
would.
like freaking just in the end, it doesn't really matter. To quote the Linkin Park song.
Solid reference, dude. 10 out
Um,
of 10.
but to continue on to that, to continue with that, Chadwick Boseman also died in 2020. He was, struggling with cancer and like basically hid it from everybody, and then he died all of a sudden.
Oh my
Not
god, people were going crazy about that conspiracy.
not even an hour later, there was already a conspiracy. I was doing like this year-long project for one of my classes about like media and like different aspects. So I wanted to discuss QAnon and like misinformation. So I was in a bunch of these groups, right? Just like undercover. I had a burner Facebook account and everything. And just like
Man, goddamn, dude. What the hell?
the stuff they peddle is like I had like after I finished that project, I hit in I was like, damn, I can't do this. This is like intense. Like it's not even just like the how could you be this stupid? It's this like this level of like
Insanity.
yeah, like what makes you think trivializing and then like making this wacko conspiracy about someone a real person who died, right?
I think it's just one comes from a bad place in general. Because let's be real, Chadwick Boseman is a black man who's very successful and
Right.
advocates for for POC rights in
Yeah.
all aspects. That's why he was so famous in his. He was sorry, not famous.
Right.
That's why he was so popular in POC areas or communities.
Yeah.
Sorry. So it stems from racism. We can definitely attest to that or
Yeah.
say that. It also stems from people just like you said earlier, not just having something to distract themselves. Because
It's
like focusing
but
on your life, it's
there's a
hard.
level of like spinelessness that comes with it cuz outside of it just being like weird, like you have to remember that like these celebrities also had families,
Mm,
right? And you're
yeah.
like they see you spewing this nonsense out there. This very untrue nonsense to add to that. It's like no one wants to hear about that. Like, what if I like passed away and then somebody like kept telling you like, oh, Crimson is actually like a lizard person. And Crimson like shed his like previous body and now is trying to inhabit a new life form or like something dumb, right? And consistently as you're grieving.
Hey, real
Not
quick, real
funny,
quick.
dude.
You might want to turn around, check your glasses. I think there's something on it. Yeah, you got like piece of tape. Okay, but like Crimson's point, yes, there is some level of responsibility people need to start taking when it comes to their words and their actions that I think we're all getting lost in the sauce here. And there's
Right.
not much accountability for what we're saying online. Part of it is, yes, it's all hidden, which in general I do support, because that allows us to be more safe in regards to what we want to say, and the freedom, and it gives us the freedom to just speak openly. But it's that responsibility of like, okay, yes, I can speak openly, but do I want to spread more vehement hatred, aggression, and confusion? I
Right.
think we should start calling people out on this.
There's a difference between like, okay, this is freedom of speech versus like I am actively like putting a detriment to other people.
Yeah, it's like, yes, freedom of speech exists and should always exist no matter what. How do we define hate speech? How, like, hate speech cannot be allowed, but freedom of speech has to be allowed.
People forget that it's not freedom of speech, it's freedom of consequence. Like with freedom, it's not like, you know, your speech is free, but there's also consequences, whether it's good or bad. I could say the N-word on this podcast.
I would rather you not.
I'm not going to, but there's gonna be a consequence if I do.
You know what I mean? Told you could, though. A lot of black men.
I've been told multiple times that I could. Am I going to do it? No. But I bring up this point saying that, like, okay, a good example. I can say, GC, I love you, right? Good consequence. He says he loves me back, right? I can say, GC, I'm gonna tear off your beard, right?
What? Bitch, what?
He's gonna smack me across the face.
Yes, actively.
So yeah, there's that. We're sidetracking in regards to misinformation. We should talk about like other things that we see that like can correlate or like can lead up to why people fall for misinformation.
Well, yes, we got sidetracked in terms of continuing the misinformation conversation, but I think this is all noteworthy and something that we should acknowledge when going to the next section of the discussion. Misinformation exists. We just gave a lot of reasons on why it exists, and some reasons why people get lost in this massive sauce that we are in, right? Social media, like it's all about clickbait. It's about getting people's attention. How do you do that? Do something crazy and wild. Be naked at a fucking grocery store saying everything is poison.
Well, there was that one lady who tried to do like this press conference, and like she got a bunch of people wearing lab coats. It's like, oh, we found the cure for COVID, and like it's been multiple testing, and like this turns out the lady who was doing it was just not a trustworthy person to be giving that information.
Which it's hard it's hard to like. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you make yourself look like a trusted person, people will fall for it.
Which
like
is what I was my point. Yeah.
And another kind of like rotating back into the point we had in regards to the healthfluencers, right? If you put on a pair of scrubs or a lab coat and you walk around a Costco saying this is toxic, this is poison, like people believe like, oh, it is certified. It's like, you're a chiropractor, buddy.
Damn.
What do you know about gut health?
Shade being thrown at chiropractors, my man.
Chiropractors is a pseudoscience. Like I'm not touching
this.
For real.
I'm not touching this one.
I will send you stuff after the podcast about like the dangers of chiropractors.
I believe you. I understand completely. Because this is such a hot topic that we cannot address at this current moment. I ain't touching this one, Chief. I know too much. Yeah. Too many people. But like, okay, social media,
knocking on my door.
Clickbait, boom, boom, boom. Oh, police, open up!
Okay. New Two Monkeys One Braincell podcast merch. Huh? Crimson hates chiropractors.
It's just like the gorilla just standing there like no, like no.
He's just doing the X, and it's like
no, to a chiropractor. Bad chiropractor, bad. Why back crack too much? Right. But okay,
yeah. If you make yourself a larger than life figure and you say it with enough conviction, people will believe you.
Exactly. Confidence, loudness over actual studies, algorithms pushing these narratives onto people because it's similar to things they hear and watch already, so they just give them a hole to dig deeper into. Lack of critical thinking, I think we did not touch on, but something I think we should at least broach. Like, this is not that hard of a conversation topic. I genuinely don't think here in America people think as much as they should, and that in my belief is direct correlation with how little our government funds education. because
Right.
consistently defunded, while militarization
Yeah.
is consistently funded.
Right. We also want to believe the crazy thing, right? Because we always hear about things that happen. And it's like, oh, as it all rolls out, it's like, wow, it's crazy. But like, I also think we need to acknowledge Occam's razor.
Please go ahead and define that.
So Occam's razor is basically like, if it's the most sane thing, it is the most probable thing that's happened. So
Oh, I've heard of this one.
let me give you an example of Occam's razor. So like GC and I, we have a local honey shop we go to, and I tend to run out of honey much faster than he does.
This is true. Are you out
So
already, by the way?
no, but I will be
Thank
soon.
God. Jesus.
And I bought twice the amount of honey this time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like looking at a honey container. It's like, wow, I'm starting to run out, but I don't remember grabbing this much. Occam's razor will tell me like it's most likely my dad who's also using the honey. If I'm not following Occam's razor, it's more like an alien clone of me has ejected itself from my toilet and has been eating my honey.
I think that at a certain point we can just say it's easier for I want to address this to men because we are men. It's easier for men to fall into these habits of believing these radical and wild conspiracy theories, especially if they are one unfit, not of body but of mind, where they don't really go out much, they don't really take care of themselves, and they want to just they don't feel good about themselves. They want to pursue ideas to help bolster their ego and confidence. So they
Right.
create these realities that they can live in, which I cannot hate on because I think we all do that to an extent. I do want to say, like, these individuals, you can think of one yourself. I don't need to put anyone on the hot spot. These people, I lost the sauce already. I'm already deep in the sauce. Now I'm thinking of someone.
We try to validate, like, oh, we aren't the problem in this in this instance.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? Oh, this girl
thank you.
doesn't like me because like she just can't handle an alpha like me. When in reality, it's because you don't bathe.
Bro, swear exactly. Like they want to fall and believe in these types of reality because it relieves pressure off of them to change and actually be not look inward, but what is that called when you look inward? I forgot the word. Intuitive?
Self-reflect.
No. Self-reflect. Thank you. They want to self-reflect because hey, that shit's hard. Let's be real.
Another reason why is because no one wants to be seen as the villain.
But I could point some out to you, my lovely. You're right.
Is that what are we about to touch it? Are we about to touch it?
Baby, the toe. Forget about the toes, the pinkies. I'm doing cannonballs into the deep end. Let me tell you why Israel's a fucking bad place and that Yahoo is a bad person. Let me tell you why BB, as we call him now, we call him Benji Kanenji over here because we want to add as much disrespect on this global leader as we can. The propaganda machine of Israel is insane. And before you call me an Alex Jones clone, it is absolutely ludicrous. The fact that we have hard facts, visual evidence of people dying in Gaza and Palestine.
Right.
Irrevocable proof that there's a genocide being currently committed, and you just hear Israeli officials saying, "No, there's no genocide here. Look away."
What there's no Warren bossing say.
What kind of bossing say bullshit is this? Hold up. Benji, Wenji, come on, my man. We all have eyes. So many of your governmental officials have said the Palestinian people need to be cleansed.
It goes deeper than that, because like the big thing is that they will always try to like skew it in a way where it's like, no, they are the real enemy. It's like, oh, look at the firepower that they have in comparison. It's like, no, they don't have firepower. You guys have U.S. funded missiles.
Like, here's the thing. I keep this. I've looked at so many of Israel's not only interviews but talking points. Here's a big issue. They keep arguing, oh, we're the one Jewish state surrounded by all Muslim countries. We have to protect ourselves strongly and aggressively. And it's
Right.
like, okay, you're being attacked because you're attacking people.
Right.
Stop causing genocide. Maybe everyone else be like, all right, we're cool.
And like to build on that point, like, okay, we're the only Jewish place in the Middle East, right? How come you guys always compete in Eurovision? A competition for Europe.
How come y'all were given that land by Britain during, I think, was it World War One?
Two.
It was World War Two. Then
Because that
forcibly
was post the
pushed out.
Holocaust.
Yes, then forcibly pushed out the native population of that land, and then forcibly conquered the land that you already have to increase Jewish real estate of said land.
Right. And it's like, oh, this land was promised to us 3,000 years ago. Like, and then why
Who
are
the
you
fuck
tearing it up?
cares?
And like
Like,
the big issue why like a lot of people fall for it is because they tie Israel to the identity of being a Jewish person.
which here's the thing. I can speak very openly and say that I'm an atheist. I do not support any specifically monotheistic, so all the Abrahamic religion. I do not support a single one of them. I think they're all radically insane. The polytheisms and paganisms out there, I think I'm more cool with because it's more centered on spirits. Which, all right, fine, whatever. But I am against all religions, specifically Abrahamic religions. So any argument stating that, oh, this was promised to me by God or this is promised to my people in our religious text means so little to me, especially like my country's identity as a religious person. That correlation does not make sense to me.
Right.
I got
I get
lost in
that.
saucing it, but
Yeah.
did that make
Well, it's
sense?
like no, I know I understand what you're getting at. I'm picking up what you're putting down. One big thing, like I want to like keep on like circling back to misinformation and specifically Israel because I think it's very
It's
important.
so important to
Um,
know.
because there's this like element of gaslighting,
Ooh.
right?
Okay. I'm here. I'm
Like
here.
so you have to think of, like the pink wash. It's like, oh, in Palestine you can't be gay. That's why we're hurting them. It's like no.
Wait, what the
The
fuck?
reason why you're as a queer Palestinian, you're more likely to die from an Israeli missile than because you were gay.
Exactly. How many ceasefires have they broken?
Yeah.
How many reporters
When
have
they
they
said they wouldn't.
killed and murdered because Hamas was stationed there?
Right.
Something like Israel has been so, how do I put this? Israel has been glossed over in a lot of major television channels. I would strongly suggest anyone who wants to look at Israel and especially these politics, because it's so hard researching the history of Israel, understanding its upbringing and all these remarks that we are making. It's hard to research this, and we understand. We know we sound crazy, but give us some faith. I promise you, we are not trying to steer you wrong. I would strongly suggest anyone trying to research Israel to look up Channel 4 News on YouTube. They are very critical of Israel's attacks on Palestine and Gaza. They're very critical of this entire situation, of all these bombings, all these acts of genocide. What was it? The UN stated that this was unnecessary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the UN has stated that this is if I'm not correct me on this, they have said it was a genocide, right?
Yes, the UN has publicly recognized it, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. If we're not mistaken, we could be wrong on this. Please correct us in the comments below. We would love to know what we're saying is right. Or we can all obviously recognize this as a genocide. You want to know how? Let's define genocide. Hold on, actually, I should pull this up.
Another site you can look into is Zeteo, Zeteo. That's like another big site. They talk about like all this stuff.
Okay, sorry, that took a sec. A genocide, deliberate, systemic killing of or persecution of a large number of people from particular nationality or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group. Allow me to again re-emphasize. Multiple individuals within the Israeli government have stated that the Palestinian people are worthless and need to be killed for them to have that area. If you don't believe me, I will love to link this down below, but there is a lovely, super fun quiz that will compare multiple statements from both Zionists and Nazis and ask of you, sir, individual viewer, if you can tell the difference. Me and Crimson fucking failed with flying colors. We were so wrong.
I think you got what, 7 and I got 6?
Yeah, I think it was reversed. I think you did a little bit better because you're way more aware of these types of things, where I just skimmed the surface. It's
Right.
like I did so bad, and it's so troubling.
Yeah, I mean, like, one more point I want to bring up in regards to misinformation, and specifically Israel, is that they will play at the heartstrings of certain things. Right?
Yes.
They'll
Yes.
mislead the argument in order to, like, a good example is like, oh, you know, there were Palestinian people, or there were people in the Middle East that were you know, cheering when 9/11 happened. That's why we're coming in with like guns blazing. When in reality, you have to think of it this way. Do you know how much US intervention there has been in the Middle East?
Do you know how many countries peace we have upset by our own intervention?
If the only thing that I see from the country is my active oppression, yes, I will cheer when it is being attacked. You know what I mean? There was a tweet that someone said. It's like, okay, you bomb my house, kill my family in order to stop Hamas. I will most likely start Hamas too.
Yeah. And that's something that I don't think people are understanding, that there are so many attacks on hospitals, school centers, relief centers, refugee camps, places that Israel has said these people who want to escape the attacks and bombings can go to have been attacked by Israel, claiming Hamas
And
is
Israel
there.
will like turn around and say like, "Oh, we were trying to like locate Hamas."
Exactly.
And like bury the lead.
There's this one clip, I think Channel 4 covered it amazingly. There are people who put weapons in a like a doctor's office or a medical facility and said, "Oh, this is proof," and took a photo of it, posted it. This is proof of Hamas putting firearms and weapons in hospitals, so we have to attack the hospitals to make sure no one used these. When Channel 4, with their investigative research, if you want a question, I think that's smart. I think asking more questions is always important. Always double check everything you read online, but they offer an interesting narrative of that suite looks like an MRI room. Anything metal in there would be problematic because an MRI machine that pulls metals, it's a magnetic machine. You can't have anything metal in there, or it will get destroyed, damaged. Either the machine will or the item. And also, the firearms look incredibly new. They also look very American. That doesn't correlate what we've been hearing that Hamas has been using, which is a lot of older military, not military, it's older weaponry. Yeah, right? Yeah, older arms.
Arsenal.
I feel like Arsenal gets the point, but it's not the word I want to use, but we'll use it right now. They have a older arsenal and firearms. These two things do not correlate. How can they have gotten new weapons? No one's been sending them these weapons. You yourself have been stating no one is giving them new weapons, so how could they have gotten those?
Yeah. And there's like videos of like Israeli soldiers pretending to be Palestinians. They're doing a bad job at it to fabricate stories.
It's also
And
noted.
Like, groups are like eating it up. It's like, yeah, look at that. It's like, no, it's been proven wrong.
To also demonstrate that there's a lot of misinformation, why it's so easy to believe is that Israel is often skewing numbers of attacks in which contradict what third-party sources have already stated. Perfect example is the October 7th attack. Real quick sum up. Hamas attacked Israel's bordering cities and towns, killing Israel states, government Israel and ABC News states that there were 12,000 wounded Uh, sorry. Yes, 12,000 wounded and about 1,000 dead. Israeli specifically. There were 1,000 dead, 12,000 wounded. When other third-party sources have claimed that the actual number of casualties in general is somewhere around 2,000. Things that could be changing these numbers are based on whether we're encountering emergency room clinics or like hospital visits or second wave shock and adrenaline reduction, if these are claims are actually being accounted for, the timeline, because the third party posted the casualties on October 8th 2003, so it's only in counting the emergency victims that just received aid, while ABC News and the government of Israel stated these 12,000 wounded around January 2024. So it's so hard to understand what's true and false if you don't have the specific information. This is just an example of how people can fall into these narratives and how they could be pushed.
Right.
I again got lost in the sauce. Did anything I just said make sense?
Yeah, it's just like
Cool.
you know, they portray it in a way where it's like much bigger than what it actually is.
Exactly. The way we can find out of whose number is more accurate is just looking at the specifics. When it was posted, what do they count? What each term means? What does casualties mean comparable to wounds? Wounded, anyone who is wounded can just have like a couple scrapes, some bruising, some like cuts. Any psychological damage counts as wounded. Casualties, amputated, huge bodily injury, bleeding out, these types of injuries that are a little bit more extensive and require immediate emergency aid. Those count as casualties, along with death, of course.
Right.
Don't get sleepy on me when I'm yapping, my dear friend.
No, I'm not getting sleepy. I'm just yawning. Am I not allowed to yawn? Right? That yawn was promised to me 3,000 years ago.
I knew it. If you weren't going to say it, I was.
Yeah.
Also, like, hold on. Sorry, I talk too much. You go. I'll say my thing next.
You finish your piece because I feel like my piece is more of a transition piece.
Yeah, okay, cool. Also, hate to break it to y'all, I'm fucking Armenian. I know a thing too about understanding a genocide. Hey, hi, the country that committed genocide against my people still deny it, but almost everyone else does accept it. Isn't that interesting? So yes, I know something about genocide. Yes, I understand the idea of genocide. I hate to break it to y'all. Even if violence and persecution happened against my people, which it did around 1917, I think was a specific year, World War I, my immediate reaction isn't, oh, let's do the same thing to our opposition. No, that creates a cycle of violence that we'll never break. Just because Turkey attacked, or what was the Ottoman Empire, committed a genocide against the Armenians, doesn't mean, oh, let the Armenians commit genocide against Turkey. Now Turkey used to be Ottoman Empire. That doesn't equal out. That's right. At all not acceptable. We're still causing death en masse. Genocide is bad no matter the reason. Death is bad no matter the reason. I think we can all stand on that moral high ground. I know it's a hot take, but I think we stand on it. At least like a little bit. Dip your fucking toes in this water. It's nice, it's soothing, it's calm. Even if if the Armenian government claimed to commit genocide in order to get back the land that has been taken from us 100+ years ago, I would still be not supporting of that. I would still say no against that. I'd condemn it instantly, because the aggressive overtaking and conquering of another people's land is wrong. I don't bear the sins of my forefathers. The current Turkish population doesn't bear the sin of theirs, which is also something I understand where you want to transition. I know what you want to transition to, but I think this is a very key thing we need to speak on. Our dislike and aggression towards the government body of Israel is not the same as our frustrations with the Israeli people nor the Jewish community. These are two very different things. The people, that's fine. Our opinions will disagree, but it's fine. Oh, well, some of our opinions. A lot of Jewish people I've spoken to have already claimed that Gaza is a genocide. And to those, I agree with.
Well, that also builds to the point where we talk about, like, they have always associated themselves as, like, this is the main identity, is like, when in reality, Palestinian Jews exist.
Palestinian Jews do exist. This is still getting attacked.
All over.
For those who are audio only, he just mimicked a fun spray of objects, I like to say. Yeah. I already cursed too much, and I want to cut back on any reason we'd be censored.
Right. Honestly, I feel like after episode 3, we're past the point where, like, these more serious episodes are just going to be like
making zero money on a dog.
Yeah.
You're making negative $2 on
meanwhile, the episode 4 where we're talking about energy drinks, like, racking in the cash.
Hey man, everyone's been arguing about that. I've been sending it to like every other person because almost everyone I know is also addicted to caffeine.
Right. But I think how I want to transition this is, like, what do we do to stop the spread of misinformation?
That's like the shitty part, right? We talked before on this podcast. I think the episode would have been released already, of like, oh, how do we deal with those who are toxic in masculinity? How do we deal with the information that is being pushed onto us to be the alpha male? How do we deal with that? I hate to break it to you, there's no fun answer. There's no good answer. It's work, which in a rapidly quickening life, it's hard.
Right.
But I think if we were to add at least 3 key things, if I were to give you 3 key takeaways of this entire conversation, it would be, for first and foremost, ask more questions.
Right.
What I mean by that is, and Crimson, jump in here when you think it's right. By ask more, I mean look at where you're watching. What are they doing? Is it propaganda at all? Are they only pushing one single narrative? Right. If you agree with that narrative, why are they telling you that? Who is the speaker? Yeah. Do they have ulterior motives?
Yeah, it's questioning your source. Like, a lot of people, like, there are moments where you want to act on impulse, correct? In like a fight or flight situation, sometimes acting on impulse. Hey
man, I bought the Gila mix straight up on impulse. It's actually a really good product though. I do enjoy it.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. They would kill us.
But, like, okay, this site is called Wikipedia.com. Wikipedia is an org site. So why is it a .com? Like, you have to question where you're getting your information from. Because that's how I see a lot of misinformation being spread. It's like they look real, but no one's doing the real, like, intake to be like, oh, that's like a faulty site. Or, a reason why a lot of these, what's it called? Those, like, right-wing pundits like Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, may he rest in piss.
My king, yes.
How they kind of, like, garner their thing is like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna be incendiary, I'm gonna share this stuff, and, like, they don't really back it up, right? They just kind of say it.
Also, just
or
like
they'll have a point that you can relate to. It's like, oh, you should, like, be presentable, this, that, and the other thing, right?
Oh,
but you don't see the nasty underbelly.
It's the same thing of, like, this is the same talking point and argument we've had for Toxic Masculinity podcast host, like Andrew Tate. They say things that you can relate to and agree with in the general, but as they go further down the loophole or down this pit, it's when they start revealing their actual intentions. And it's really hard for people to disagree with the bottom if they love the top so much. Charlie Kirk, be wholesome. Look at everything objectively. That's great message. Civil rights is bad. What? I'm sorry. Hold on. What?
I want to have a public execution. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. I mean, he got what he wanted.
Hey, buddy. Hate to break it to you. Some people have to die in order for us to keep our Second Amendment rights. I hate to break it to you.
He was talking out of his neck. Look what happened. So someone, like, to go off topic, someone, like, clipped a JoJo episode of a guy getting shot in the neck, right, by 2 bullets. You know what the bullets were named? Number 6 and number 7.
No. Yeah, I know.
Scott. 7.
I hate you. I hate you. Also, I know exactly the episode. I know which season. I know the guy.
Yeah.
Fucking freak of a person. Absolutely weirdo of a dude. We're going way off topic. Going back onto it. So ask
Yeah, that was
more.
the question where you're getting your information from.
Yeah, ask more and even debate the topic. Even if you agree, still debate it. Always to double check yourself. Because I got
Yeah.
biases, you know, Crimson got biases. I think
Mhm.
One Piece is a great anime. People will disagree with me. I'd love to hear the takes. Oh, it's too damn long? Yeah, all right. Can't deny that.
You'll hear our anime takes soon enough.
I can't wait for the argument. It's gonna be so
I
fun.
feel like this will be that will be a less of an argument episode. It's gonna be more of like a really.
No. There will be hot takes. I know this for sure.
Oh no. What was I gonna say? In regards to that, like,
You said ask.
I think another thing is like, you can't. Another thing is to never run away from the conversation. Right?
Ooh.
I think in America, because we live in America, a lot of Americans have this thought of like, oh, politics don't really affect me. Oh, these things really don't affect. They do affect you.
Politics
Whether you
affects
like
every single thing possible.
right.
That's
And
stupid.
like I understand like this stuff is scary. There's a lot of information going in, but being ignorant to it doesn't fix it.
It,
Avoiding the issue doesn't solve the issue.
it only makes it worse. It allows the perpetrators
That's the
of
reason
this
why
ignorant.
misinformation can spread because you're ignorant to, the falsehoods that are being like put out, and you
Which
don't do anything about it.
which again I find it hard to blame anyone of, because in again a rapidly increasing lifestyle where everything's getting faster, it's getting more important, where now we're working 2-3 jobs in order to provide for ourselves because the living standards in America is fucking insane. I can't blame these people for not doing that, taking that extra step and kind of being ignorant, because like, great, here's something else to add on to the plate that's already too full and breaking in the bottom.
And I understand that to an extent, but I feel like you should also give yourself the capacity to take in more, because whether you like it or not, these things are going to happen. Like I understand life is fast paced, but like these things are going to keep occurring. And like I'm not expecting you to like have the whole encyclopedia memorized, right?
Yeah,
I can only name 100 countries in the world. Like
I
I can't
probably
name all
way
of them.
less than that. Me probably less than that.
But to build the point of like you have to at least put some effort in to keep yourself educated on the matter.
Exactly. So just to catch us up on our 2 out of the 3 ways to avoid misinformation: ask more and double check sources. I feel like those two very much coincide. Don't run away from conversations, because we get it. It's hard to have conversations where you're disagreeing with your own points, where you feel very attached emotionally to this idea that you have. Like hearing the point, what's an argument that I dislike hearing? Oh, the Second Amendment. Oh, who should have Second Amendment rights? What should we do about it? Hearing any arguments in support of the Second Amendment for me is hard to hear, but I have to hear it in order to see if there is some right to it. If like,
Yeah.
okay, I see the situation. I think there are other ways to solve it nevertheless, but thank you for sharing the argument. Like these conversations that are give or take. Don't be afraid of them, even though it's very emotional. I understand. I get emotional with these too. Except
Uh-huh.
racism. I think we could just irrevocably deny that that's a good thing. Transphobia, bigotry, we're fucking allies out here.
Yeah, well, I'm not going
No,
to debate why a trans person should exist.
they
Someone's existence
exist.
isn't a debate
Do you
topic.
want to hear some stupid stuff right now? Someone had
What?
trans on their bio on, I think it was like YouTube or Facebook or something, and they got flagged and shadow banned because they had trans, because
That's
they were a
wild.
trans person. And that's absolutely insane. I can't identify with who I am. Okay. Sorry. And I think Crimson, I think the third most important rule: double check and ask for more. Don't run away from conversation, no matter how ugly it gets. And the third most important one that I'll always recommend every single person to do is to listen to Two Monkeys One Braincell podcast because we're just as stupid as you, and yet we're still
Yeah.
here.
What a good idea!
Follow, ring the doorbell. No, ring the bell.
Remember, we upload an episode every other week, 5 or 6 p.m. PST.
5 p.m. PST every Saturday, or sorry, every other Saturday.
I should know this. I'm usually the one uploading the episodes.
Yes, you are. I'm the one posting the shorts.
So it's just like, okay, I just have to make sure it's up, and it'll premiere when it premieres.
Yeah. All right. I need to go take a nice shower and a bath to relax because I'm so ramped up right now. I'm
gonna put chemicals in the water to make the frogs gay.
Oh, rest in peace, Alex Jones. You will be missed. Your hot takes are funny.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, well, he was funny.
He was funny, but he also sent harassment campaigns towards the parents of Sandy Hook victims.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That was insane. Speaking of misinformation, wow, I can't believe I forgot to talk about him. Oh my god. We should have talked
about Alex Jones a little bit more, honestly.
Oh my god. Speaking of conspiracy theorists and misinformation spreaders, Alex fucking Jones is definitely one of them.
He's the king.
The Sandy Hook shooting didn't happen. Parents without their kids. What do you mean? I'm sorry? 6-7. God damn it.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.
Deuces.